Are you ready for the amazing Spider-Man set review?
Yes.
It's time. Marvel is coming to Magic the Gathering, and we're going to talk about Commander because Standard is absolutely cooked.
Wait, hold on. Let me do my quick EV Aldrin. Wait, what's his name? VV Ordinary. How much is he going for these days?
No. Before you look, don't react yet. Okay. I'm not kidding. Just a little standard yap on why we're doing Commander instead of Standard. So Wizards has announced a change to the Standard ban announcement, which is scheduled for November 24th. It has been pushed up to November 10th. Isn't that amazing?
Before the Avatar set comes out now.
They have also, they didn't say they're doing it, but they basically confirmed that they're taking action against Vivi on that day.
Okay, so as the price dropped accordingly because of that announcement in quotations, alleged announcement.
Let's check it out. Yeah, let's check it out. How's Vivi doing? How does the market feel about a card that's basically pre-banned?
Pre-banned?
Oh my God.
Did it drop?
It has plummeted. Regular Vivi, like the cheap version, is like $60.
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah.
It was 60. Now it's down to 30. Oh my God.
Hey, man, that's good. That's good. I mean, that's not going to fix it on Arena, though, unfortunately for you, but
hey, a wild card's a wild card. I'm okay with this, but also Best of One Standard is oddly fine. Nobody plays Vivi in Best of One Standard. Not nobody, but a very small percentage. For some reason, I'm not sure why. Why? Oh, because the only deck, this is true, Vivi like rose to like 70-some% of the day 2 meta. Something absurd. Somebody will leave in comments. The deck that won the tournament, Mono Red. The only deck that beats Vivi without Monstrous Rage, without the stupid mouse, is still King Mono Red.
You can never run from it. It's always going to be there for you. That's so funny.
So in Best of One, we have Mono Red, so we have no Vivi.
Oh my God. Well, Godspeed, man. Hope the best.
The gift that keeps on giving. So today, instead, what we're going to do is review I want to show you the Spider-Man cards. I want to show you the alt arts. I want to talk pre-order pricing. And I also want very much to pitch you the cards for Commander. So I'll be showing you cards and then giving you some Commander kind of like, we'll say window dressing. Is this exciting? I just want you to tell me, would you play this Commander? Okay. That's what you are here to do. Tell me if this is your jam, if this Commander is your Commander. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Let's start with, I guess, everybody's favorite, or maybe not.
Do you want to make more money? Yes, of course, we all do. And everything keeps getting more expensive, so we need to keep up. But what if there's a way that you could get a higher paying career using the skills that you've already learned from playing games like Magic the Gathering Arena? That's where the sponsor of this video comes in, Boot.dev. With Boot.dev, you can use the skills you learned in online video games to learn how to code. Coding is a very high paying profession that's very much in demand. You'll learn popular coding languages from start to finish, such as Python, SQL, and Go. The smartest way to learn to code is to keep it fun so that you don't want to stop. Boot.dev recently launched Training Grounds. No, not those training grounds. This is a place where you can grind infinite challenges to give you as much practice as you need before you forge ahead in your coursework. The course keeps you motivated by earning XP, levels, and achievements, and completing quests and fighting bosses, all while learning how to code. The median salary for a back-end developer in the US in 2024 was over $100,000. So if you need to level up your income, this is a way to reach your next rank. Go to boot.dev and use my code CovertGoBlue to get 25% off the first year on the annual plan. That's CovertGoBlue at boot.dev. Thank you to boot.dev for sponsoring this video. And now, back to the video.
Peter Parker. Ooh, that's okay. So I'm gonna imagine because it has the little flip thing that it turns into Spider-Man. I'm just taking a guess. Just taking a little guess here. 1 neutral, 1 white. When Peter Parker enters, create a 2/1 green spider creature token with reach. For 1 green, white, blue, transform Peter Parker. Activate only as a sorcery. It's a 0/1. Yeah, I'd have to
Boom.
see what the transformation. Oh. Hey!
Here you go. Hey.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that
do
means that if you put Peter Parker as your commander, you can use white, green, blue. Interesting.
Yes, that's right.
So this is the Amazing Spider-Man. I like that. I like how the art looks like he's like actually swinging with momentum. It's nice. Vigilance, reach. Each legendary spell you cast that's one or more colors has web slinging. That is green, white, and blue. You may cast the spell for its web slinging cost if you also return a tap creature you control to its owner's hand. So that means like if I spend green, white, blue, then the web slinging will proc.
If you spend green, white, and blue, you can cast the spell that is legendary. And as part of that cost, you have to return a tap creature to owner's hand. Yep. It's not a trigger, it's a cast. Maybe a subtle difference there, but basically you gain the ability to put it on the stack for that price.
So like in essence, it is mana cheating. As long as
yeah.
That's actually extremely interesting. So like now Peter Parker's a pretty cheap commander. And then you're obviously begin running a deck that has all those mana cards or colors anyways. You are basically spending a whole turn hoping that this card does not get removed, though. That's a lot of mana. So
there is a rules change. We have a rules change to announce here on the show for the Amazing Spider-Man set. With a double-sided commander, such as this one, you may cast it from the command zone on either side, if you can pay the cost for that. So like you can cast the Amazing Spider-Man for 4. You don't have to play Peter Parker, then spend another 4 to flip it.
Oh, that is fantastic.
It is. It's amazing,
that's
you might say.
That's a huge change. Does that retroactively work with every other commander? That
is a good question. I'm trying to think of what else that would work with. It's interesting because it has to have the mana cost on the other side. You know what I mean? See how the Amazing Spider-Man has a mana value?
Yeah.
Most of the flipped cards of the past have no mana value up there. Therefore, no, they would not be castable in such a fashion.
Hold on, I gotta tell something. I gotta look something. Avatar.
You're jumping ahead. You're jumping ahead. I see you. I hate. No, that's real. That's a real question. Hold on.
I think he would have it. Hold on, I want to double check.
Nope, doesn't have it. Doesn't have it.
Oh, that's such an interesting specific requirement. I guess it makes sense because the Aang flip is actually disgusting, so they probably don't want that in the game. That's a cool little balancing technique, though. I kind of commend them for that strategy.
That means if they feel like they want you to actually, I mean, no one's playing this for Peter Parker. So nobody's playing this. So you're playing this for Spider-Man. You want people to be like, yeah, my commander's going to be Spider-Man, which is awesome. If I don't know how people feel about that in your game, but I feel like compared to Final Fantasy, this one is extremely out there. It's kind of maybe a little bit more of a toss-up. What's the general consensus on Spider-Man in the Magic community? Are they for it?
Like, do people like Spider-Man?
Yeah, in Magic specifically.
So that's really tough because I think the loudest people are going to be the entrenched fans who are going to say they don't like Spider-Man. And I think that the people who like Spider-Man aren't jumping into the Magic community in places like Twitter and on Reddit and commenting about Spider-Man and Magic. So is it the silent majority? It definitely could be, but I don't know. We'll have to find out. Yeah. I think in the Magic community, you're much more likely to find people who do not like it than like it. But I think that's ignoring a lot of the audience.
Yeah, I don't know. I was talking to Krim the other day, and he seemed like he was most excited person on the planet for this.
Seriously, if you talk to Krim, yes, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to the game. Krim is such a Marvel fanboy, it's insane. He doesn't even like Spider-Man, but he likes the villains of Spider-Man. He's over the moon, and all the Krims out there are super excited. Yes.
Yeah, I feel like well, for the Amazing Spider-Man, I'm sure there's other copies of him because that's what Magic kind of does. But this one actually looks like it's pretty fun, and I think this is like a four mana like this is maybe a little expensive for like the mana cheating to really start going, but if it does live one turn, like it is kind of great. No, I'm sure you'll have something on board that you can return back to your hand and you'd be happy for it.
Does it have to be a non-land or not have to be a creature?
It has to be a tapped creature, but there are some, as far as pitching you the commander, there are both a number of ways to tap your creatures for value, like vehicles or the planets from Edge of Eternities, or there are creatures that tap to do things like even make mana, like mana dorks that cost 1 mana, like Birds of Paradise. You could you could make the mana with the creature and return the creature to put out whatever, make up the biggest, most awesome legendary thing you can.
Yeah, I think, okay, I don't know. He's pretty cool. I have to see like I'm not a huge Spider-Man person. Like he's when it comes to superheroes for me, but I think I'm more like Krim. I'd be more curious to see how they do the villains. And
all right,
Spider-Man
not buying in, not buying in on the Amazing Spider-Man.
Do like, if you're asking me like how good do I think it would be in Commander, I think it has potential. My worry is that you're gonna play this for 4, and if you don't have the additional mana immediately, it kind of does nothing, and that feels kind of whatever. So then you're gonna have to recast it again with the commander tax, so it might be slightly slow, or you're waiting quite a bit until the point where it's like the mana cheating that you would get is probably not as relevant as if you cast him early and he lived. So it's a little bit. It's I think it's a good design card for people who are like not super min maxers, and I think that's probably what their target audience is, right? Like they just want the casuals to come play Spider-Man and Magic. So,
yeah, like the sweaty players are probably going to kill this, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't think you're playing this in like competitive Commander whatsoever, but it will be fun for the people who want to play Spider-Man.
That's okay. Let's do the alt art review and see if that changes your mind.
Okay, yeah, I'm actually so excited for this. I think they. Oh, okay. So they're going for like the comic book aesthetic almost with the art.
Very much. In fact, this isn't for sure. I can't confirm this, but I'm confident they have the rights to the comic books, but not the movies.
That makes sense. I think that's what Krim said to me, actually. Like a different division. I mean, it looks good.
It looks fine.
I'm kind of okay with this art. Yeah.
All right. What do you? Nice. How about this one?
Ooh.
We got a winner.
I think that looks sick as hell. Oh man, I love the Spider-Man on the back. Like, I think that looks so good. I love how it looks like a comic. Oh, that looks amazing.
I hate it so much.
Really?
I hate it. I hate it.
You did that video a while ago, which is
like a magic card. It looks like some secret lair stuff.
Oh, dude, it's the alt art, man. Let them have this.
I let them have it. I don't like. It's fine. All right.
So, dude, I mean, again, we had this discussion when you did like the.
We did.
Is it the secret layer? I think it's extremely impressive how good it looks as like a comic book. It also gives you every relevant information you need for the card. Like that is so well done.
But why do we have the Fantastic Four? Why are the Fantastic Four on here? Why? Where'd that come from? What's going on? Is that the next set? Is this a tease? Is that just fan service? Why does it say 12 cents? Do you want to know is this false advertising? Do you want to know the real price of this card?
Sure. What is it?
As of today, the set's not out. It's the 10th of September. The current pre-order price of this card is $220.
Ooh, it's kind of steep.
That's a bit much,
but
it's not 12 cents.
Is that more than Final Fantasy though?
It depends on the card, but no, the pre-order prices on Final Fantasy were also absolutely wild and have since cooled off for most cards. But it's been an interesting ride for Final Fantasy. We could do a whole show on that. Some have gone up. But yeah, this is probably going to be the rarest and most sought after version of the card because of the comic book aesthetic for sure. Yeah,
I think it looks nice. I'm a big fan.
Not your commander, but heck of a good looking card.
Are all the cards you're showing me have that commander aesthetic? Or the comic book aesthetic for like their
Not all of them. Damn it. Not all of them. Sorry. In fact, this one, I don't believe I have one of those to show you, but check out. People are pretty excited about this. See what you think of it.
Anti-Venom. Who the fuck is Anti-Venom?
Okay. Oh, there are a number of characters. I have no idea who they are. I am not a Spider-Man knowledgeable person. Where's Krim? I don't know. I can't help you with that.
Yeah. Okay. Anti-Venom is horrifying healer for 5 white. 5 white? Okay.
5 white.
With this, when Anti-Venom enters, if he was cast, return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. I'm just clarifying this. If you play or I guess you're casting him from the command zone, so that would count when you play him as a commander.
Yep, 100%.
If damage would be dealt to anti-venom, prevent the damage and put that many +1/+1 counters on him. Ooh, that is an interesting line of text. That's annoying to deal with. But I'm sure there's multiple ways in Commander where that wouldn't be as frustrating. That also means that like it could block against anything, right? It'll never die, and it only absorbs it.
Yeah, that's what that means.
How good is only white in Commander though?
How good is only white? It would have been the worst color like 6-7 years ago. Now it's considered pretty good. Now it's considered pretty darn good.
So I think if you're playing this, you're basically playing it for a 5-mana return a card from the graveyard.
What if I show you some synergy? Do you want to see some synergy?
Sure. It is
here.
A little
after all,
slow.
This is Commander. All right, this is Commander. We got to make up the bestest synergy.
With great power, 3 neutral, 1 whites. Enchantment, enchantment creature you control. Enchanted creature you control. Enchanted creatures get +2/+2 for each aura and equipment attachment. All damage that would be dealt to you is dealt to enchanted creature instead. Ooh. So that's the center. I mean, that is a cool combo. I'm just a little nervous that there's too much removal in Commander for this to be really that good.
Do you think they're going to remove the creature instead of
Yeah, you would just ignore the enchantment for like you show me cards that'll just like remove X amount of creatures off the board or like destroy creature that has this much amount of attack, right? Like I feel like dealing damage is not the only way you can deal with a card like this, and because it's 5 mana, like it's a little slow. But then that's what I'm saying. Like, you probably play this specifically for the first text, not the actual like +1/+1 counters. That is cool.
What if the removal though is damage based?
Well, then you're crying. But I mean, you can't. You can't deal with. Of course, you can't deal with everything. But I think it's like too. It's too cute almost, and that's my issue. Again, I think it's really. Hold on. What is anti-venom Spider-Man?
Wait, the lore is what you're gonna look up to try to solve this?
I'm curious to see like what his thing is.
What's his deal actually? Well, it's a hero.
He's supposed to be poisonous to symbiotes due to how Mr. Negative powers affect the symbiote. Okay, that didn't help me at all.
Yep, still don't get it
though. Holy.
Yeah, now we have 3 other things to look up.
He's just the reverse Venom. Okay, he's like okay. I don't know. Anyways,
don't worry about it.
I think it's slow. Again, I think it's slow. Maybe in my cute little Commander pod we'll play it, but I don't know if it's actually that competitive either, which is maybe bad. But it's cute. Like it's kind of a cool thing.
So would you be surprised to learn that at least it's very early, everything's just been announced, but right now, according to EDA Trek, this is the most built commander in the set.
Built? What do you mean by that?
Like built online, like people like throwing decks together, making deck lists online.
Is it bad to say that I think building an all white commander is much easier than a multicolored one?
No, that's fair. I mean, maybe it's like they can bang that deck list out in 30 minutes instead of the half hour plus then 40-50 minutes it takes them to make a multicolor mana base and consider other choices.
That's what I'm thinking, because I feel like, again, I feel like people will play this specifically just for the first paragraph. Like the first paragraph is probably pretty good. I don't even know if white has like a resurrect, but if it's there on your commander, that's pretty decent. Feels like you'd be happy to play that.
It has a couple of them, but it doesn't have a lot of ways to get things in the graveyard. You need good artifacts to do the job for you.
Okay, well then that makes people probably more excited, because then it's like, oh, like this finally white has a good way of doing it. I don't even know if this is considered good though. 5 mana, a little.
I mean, I think if you do the thing, if you reanimate a big thing with it, I think that's very good. Like that rate is very good.
Oh, then you're chilling. You also got a 5/5. Yeah. Okay.
All right, last chance, Anti-Venom. What do you think of this alt art?
It looks kind of goofy, no?
Yeah, what's going on with the face? What's with the long eyelashes or whatever those are?
I just feel like the art doesn't look like it's.
And the shoulder pads? What is this? The Legion of Doom? Is a professional wrestling going on?
Okay, hold on. I need more lore and anti-venom. Hold on. I gotta really figure out what the hell this guy's doing.
Dude, you're into the character. Well, I'll give it that.
One of the things I'm really excited for, I'm sure Final Fantasy nerds were like this, where when Magic was revealing what the card does, like you got to compare it to what it is in the actual games, right? And I will do that 100% with Avatar, because I'm very curious to see how they design specific cards in the. Because I know, like for Magic, for example, like they decided to do black for the Fire Nation, which is extremely interesting, instead of red. So it's like, what is the flavor and design behind that? Where it's like, I don't know anything about this guy. So does he actually match the absorb thing? Probably they did their research.
I don't know. It says it has flavor text. You are a sickness on this city. I am the cure. There you go. See, what more do you need?
Really tells it all. Really tells it all. I'm not a huge fan of this one though. The art is not really spicy. There's no comic book one for this. I guess he's not really a main character. We've never seen him before.
No, I don't have any comic book art for you on this one. You know what? We need more colors. Let's be real. We need more colors.
Okay, here. I agree.
Here you go. More colors.
Cosmic. Who are these people? Cosmic
just so you know, as we go, the term Spider-Man, I believe, is on like 40 some cards out of 180 in the set. Like there are so many Spider-Man.
The title, like the name of the card.
Yes.
Oh god, that's gonna get confusing.
Or at least Spider Person is on so many cards. Yes. Okay. Go ahead.
Cosmic Spider-Man is white, blue. Okay, it's all colors. It's all colors. What do you call that again when it's all colors? Like a Wooburg. That is correct. Okay. Flying, first strike, trample, life link, haste. Beginning of combat on your turn, other spiders you control gain flying, first strike, trample, life link, and haste until the end of turn. This is going to sound like maybe a stupid question, but I'm going to ask, how common are spiders outside of the Spider-Man set?
I mean, we have some. They are not usually known for attacking. The spider type in Magic is mostly known for the abilities of reach and death touch and having toughness bigger than their power.
Okay, so this is just complete synergy with like Spider-Man cards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can play all the Spider-Man with Cosmic Spider-Man. Does that sound fun to you? You can open your box, your collector box that you're very pumped about, and you can just play everything in it with Cosmic Spider-Man.
Man, I feel like I'm the wrong person for this video because both of us are going to min-max where like...
I don't get it either.
If I'm a casual Spider-Man person, I'd be like, oh my God! Because if I'm comparing this to Anti-Venom, like I think I'd rather have Anti-Venom, even though he's only white. I think he's just a better card.
But more colors. More colors.
Yeah, you're talking to somebody who doesn't even really understand how good that really is.
Okay.
That feels like splashing into every color sounds great until you realize that you need a very particular mana base to even play this card.
Yeah. Probably like a $500 mana base. Yeah.
And then it's like, even if you got all 5, is this even really that good? It's just kind of
how many spiders do you have? Do you have all the spiders? Then it's really good.
But it's kind of like they're gonna play 5, then you go okay, and then you remove it, and then like and they're like no. So
it's a thing.
This one's also I think harder because it really depends. Like I think this one you have to look at the whole set in its entirety to really give you like context of how good this will probably be.
I mean that's fair enough. If you see enough spider characters you want to play, then you know that you have a Cosmic Spider-Man to play them. So there is that.
Exactly. That's
but no, I still don't say that you're the wrong person. I think this is exactly the experience a lot of people have when they are Magic players looking at Spider-Man more casually and being like, oh my God, everything is spiders. Everything is Spider-Man. Yeah, that's this set. That's how this set works.
Interesting. Now you got me curious to see what the entire set looks like. Because I thought Spider-Man would... Like, I've seen every Spider-Man movie. Maybe you have too. But, like, I feel like there's enough characters in those movies where they wouldn't have to repeat Spider-Man that many times. But I guess I've just never read a comic book for Spider-Man specifically. So I have no idea how many Spider-Mans there actually are. I guess there's the multiverse.
Yeah,
The Spider. I mean, across the Spider-Verse, there's like fucking how many? So I guess it makes a little bit more sense. Interesting.
Hey, we can take a break. We can do some villains. Okay. We can do some villains. You want to do a villain? You want a little maybe you're more of a villain guy.
I am a villain guy. Actually, I don't know about you, but I always low-key root for the villains in the superhero movies. They're like
always 100%. Yep.
I feel like in my mind, it is much more intriguing if the supervillain is winning. Because then I have to wrap my head around the fact, like, how does the hero actually beat this? Unless like they just do some stupid ass monologue and then they just die like that, then it makes me upset. But then
when it's barely an inconvenience, it's not okay.
It's okay. Mr. Negative. Okay, so you play Marvel Snap?
No.
Mr. Negative was one of my favorite cards on Marvel Snap. He had a cool effect. His effect was swap the mana cost with the character's attack. Every creature in your deck. It was really fun.
Maybe Mogwai did show me Mr. Negative. I did some guessing games for Marvel Snap and I don't remember.
He was cool.
Yeah.
Mr. Negative, 5 neutral, 1 white, 1 black. Vigilance and lifelink, dark force inversion. Mr. Negative enters. You may exchange life totals with target opponent. If you lost life this way, draw that many cards. 5/5. Ooh, okay, hold on. When you may exchange life totals with a target opponent. That's an incredibly interesting line of text. But how many cards do you want to draw with this? Oh my god. At most you're drawing what, 39 if you're at 40 and if you're at 1 and they're at 40?
If you swap your life total to 1, yes, you can draw 39 cards. Unless you gained life, you could just gain a bunch of life first.
That is such a cool card. That one has a lot of sauce. So many ways you can utilize that. Oh my god. I actually think that one's really cool. I don't know if is that good? 7 mana? Like, it's such a your opponent has to be so aware of what's happening with that card.
It's in the command zone. And you have 3 opponents. So I want to know your opinion on this.
Okay.
What is the right way to play against this card?
Ignore it and hope for the best.
That's why we have you on the show. Okay. Put yourself in the mind of somebody who's trying way too hard to win a game of Casual Commander. What is the right way to play this card? It's a good question.
I think in Casual Commander, you're not doing enough, or this card's not going to be a threat the whole time. Right? Like you're the problem. It's not a problem. It's depending on how people. I don't know how people feel about this, but this card is extremely hard to manage. If you get them too low, then it's like at 7 mana they're going to swap.
Yep.
If you don't go for them, then they're just kind of vibing because they don't have to. It says you may exchange life totals with the target opponent. It's also like the political aspect of this card is so intriguing because then you could be to like one of your friends like, hey, what if I swap health with him and then you kill him next turn? You know what I mean? Then it's like there's a whole game in there. I don't. This card's sick. This card's cool. I hope it's playable for. I think like in terms of content for YouTube, this is like a dream case scenario card. The people who are not like outright min-maxing, because it's probably not good enough to be played in competitive, but like for the people who want the politics and like working with someone else, this is such an intriguing card.
It really is. I wish it were playable in standard. Maybe if you reanimated, it's playable in standard because it would be absolutely wild. In Commander, so this is an enters ability, right? So you can reanimate it cheaply to get the effect in like standard. In Commander, you can blink it. So there are a lot of effects that are like 1, 2, or 3 mana to exile a creature. It's especially effective when they try to kill it and you play one of these effects and then it just comes right back and you do it again.
My God. Yeah, it's cool. I think it's like one of those cards that gets your like brain turning because there's so many things you can do with it. This should be a very enjoyable card for a lot of people, I'd hope.
Yeah. Would you build Mr. Negative? Would you play Mr. Negative?
I also think from what I understand from his lore in Marvel Snap as well, like this is pretty accurate to what he would do, which is kind of nice. That's also, I think, we just learned that Anti-Venom is actually from Mr. Negative, so it's interesting. Venom wants to consume, anti-venom wants to heal.
Interesting. So Mr. Negative, I don't know anything about this character. Maybe it's going to be in a future movie because I'm just a Spider-Man movie enjoyer. This is like, to me, the coolest card. This is the reason we're doing this is the reason I chose a Commander review, because I wanted to talk about this card. And in Standard, it's just like, 7 mana, you're already dead. It's like not a good conversation. But in Commander, the effect this has on the game is kind of amazing. I've seen, well, let's just say I know some things I can't talk a lot about how this affects games. And there's different approaches, we'll say that. Okay. And some players might say try to keep everybody's life total about the same to minimize the effects.
That is insanely difficult to do. Like, that is
but that's the political, like, the politics of that, right? Because somebody eventually is going to break that deal, right? It's kind of like we all don't attack each other in a way, or we all only attack to keep it this way, or we try to keep our lives the same, but then somebody tries to win and it all goes wrong, right? It's amazing.
I think I agree with you. Super fun card. Like, super fun card. Definitely one of the, probably the most interesting one you've shown me so far in terms of Commander.
Let's do another very interesting little guy.
Maybe there's hope in Standard for something, but maybe that's after like VV gets banned.
Mr. Negative Standard. What if you use VV to cast Mr. Negative? There you go.
It sounds horrible because you're probably winning the game through other ways. I don't think you need that. Norman Osborn. Okay, so this is Green Goblin. Wait, what? If this turns into a Green Goblin, how is he fucking not green whatsoever? What the hell? Okay, hold on.
Scam.
One neutral, one blue. He can't be blocked. Whenever this deals combat damage to a player, he connives. You draw a card, then discard a card. If you discarded a non-land card, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Okay. Okay. The transform is 1 blue, black, red. He transforms to norm. Oh no, just transforms. Okay, so he turns to the Green Goblin, right? Yes.
Yep.
Very weird. He's not green. I'm gonna be honest, but
can't handle it. The word is green and it's not green. How can we do this?
I mean, Green Goblin is, maybe he doesn't just fit the green color, like in terms of like what they're going for. He is
exactly.
He's a very weird character. 1 neutral, 1 blue, 1 black, 1 red. Flying Menace. Spells you cast from your graveyard cost 2 less to cast. Goblin Formula. Each non-land card in your graveyard has Mayhem. The Mayhem cost is equal to its mana cost. Cast a card from your graveyard for its Mayhem cost if you discard it this turn. Ooh. So you have to, you can cast him as Green Goblin. Are you ever playing him as Norman Osborn?
Maybe you have nothing to do on turn 2. There's also a bit of a synergy there of like, if you don't have another way to discard a card, then you can attack with Norman. You can discard a card with the Connive. You can transform into Green Goblin, and then you get a 2 mana reduction on the card you discarded that turn.
And then you walk in line for Disneyland, and then you hope for the back. Like,
I don't think that's Disneyland.
You have to deal damage to a player though. Like that is,
can't be blocked. Easy.
I guess that's fair.
What do you want from the card?
I guess. Okay. All right. Fine. Yeah, you're right. Okay. You're right. I'm at Disneyland actually. Each non-land card in your graveyard has Mayhem. The Mayhem cost is equal to its mana cost. How good is Mayhem in Magic to begin with?
It's a good question. So there are so many looting effects in Magic. Especially in the colors of Grixis that we're looking at here. Like, it's a major mechanic for red and it's a sizable mechanic for blue. So there are a number of cards that are just like tap to draw a card and discard a card, or 1 mana, draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards, right? And on its own, those cards are bad because they're like mana, they're like either card neutral or card negative.
Yeah.
But with Green Goblin, there's straight up card positive and mana cheating. So it makes Mayhem look really good.
It has two positives on a card like this. Kind of interesting. That's a tough card to like. Again, this is one you have to really look at, like what is your pool of cards Like this one's so difficult to build probably because you have so many options. Green doesn't have a ton of discard, right? I'm guessing that's why it's hard to utilize the. What do you say?
I mean, green doesn't, but it's not a green card, so you're
I know. I think I just can't.
You really want it to be green.
Dude,
green is about like
so
nature. Green is about healing. Like none of this applies to Green Goblin. Why don't you ask the people who made the character Green Goblin why they didn't call it Red Goblin?
Listen. Makes me so.
Okay.
It just bothers me. I can't. I'm sure people have said this before, but like. How is he green? Okay, whatever. It's fine.
Just it's Commander. Rule 0 green into the color identity. Who cares?
Card is cool.
Yeah.
Card is cool. Card is definitely cool. Card is unique. Card has the same thing as like Mr. Negative, where it's like you could really think about how you want to build your deck for a card like this. And potentially this is probably the most explosive one that you've shown me so far, depending on how you build it. Because like you could listen to this shit. Every card you play is 2 mana, and then you get
2 mana less, yeah.
You go infinite that one turn and you win the game.
Artifacts that cost 2 are 0. You can cost 0 mana cards.
You play every card in the world on your turn, and then there's a card in Magic 100% that says deal X damage to a target player for each card you discarded this turn. GG, I won.
Ching, yeah, no problem. There is a card called Riddlesmith, and there's a lot of cards like it that are like whenever you cast an artifact, draw a card and discard a card, and it's like that's just a 2 mana creature. So if you have a bunch of artifacts that are just like Commander's full of these that are 2 mana, they tap to add a mana of some color to your mana pool. So if you're just playing those and discarding another one and then casting it from the graveyard for free and drawing and discarding another one and casting it from the graveyard for free and drawing and discard, it's like infinite mana. And you're just like whipsawing through your deck. Yeah.
It is so cool. It is so cool. Cool card. I like
maybe you play Norman Osborn.
Villains are dope.
All right. Our last chance to turn you off is to show you the alt art.
Oh my God. They look so good.
Yeah, they look really cool.
The Green Goblin looks so good. Oh man, dude. I wish Hearthstone did like alt arts like this. It looks so good.
Look at the pumpkins. Look at the pumpkins.
It looks so good.
All right. Nice. So you're a Green Goblin gamer.
I am. I really like the Green Goblin on the altar. Looks so good. Cool card. I love the aesthetic.
I really wish I could do something in Standard with it. And maybe it has a chance just because cost reduction on something like that. Maybe there's a combo deck, but it still doesn't seem like you can get away with a 4 mana 3/3 flying menace and hope that it lives in Standard. I just think it'll die.
Yeah, it's probably a Commander. I mean, again, I think this card, they're saying it's in Standard, but I have a feeling that probably they designed it mainly. Most casual, we've had this discussion before, I think, like most casual people play Commander. And that's where most of their money probably is coming.
Yep. Hey, more villain. Well, kind of. It's like an anti-hero, you might say.
Yeah, I watched the Venom movies. The first one was good. Eddie Brock. Damn, he looks good. I like the Venom in the back too. That's kind of nice. 2 neutral, 1 black. When Eddie Brock enters, return target creature with mana value 1 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay. You spend 3 black, red, green to transform him into Venom. Okay, so am I paying a 3 mana? Okay, 3 mana 3/3 to return creature card with 1 mana or less? Maybe. Because you guys have like when this hits the battlefield, it could be good. And then Venom Lethal Protector. Menace, Trample, Haste. When Venom attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, draw X cards, then you may put a permanent card with mana value X or less from your hand onto the battlefield, where X is the sacrifice creature's mana value. Holy shit. Wait, that's actually really unique. Damn, how good is that? That's so crazy. Man, if it didn't have the draw, I think it would be so bad. But you could really fish for something specifically. Oh, that is so cool. Probably too bad, though.
Pretty cool.
Probably
you think it's bad?
It's bad.
You think it's bad?
You need to have this, and you need to have another creature that's worth casting for. So it's like, even though Venom has to attack, so you can't even do it the first turn Venom's on board unless you have like something else that allows him to. It's 6 mana for this.
Venom has haste.
I guess that's first right. Yeah, you were so right.
It
No,
is 6 mana.
I think it's too slow.
You can see it coming. It is a bus that's coming from a mile away. So if you're going to play Venom, you probably have to have some idea of how to protect Venom to make sure you get the trigger.
Yeah, I think it's bad. It sounds so. And it's a cool idea. I wonder in actual practice how fun that mechanic really is. But this is definitely like a Disneyland card. Like you need. Yeah, I'm just not a huge fan of it. You need another creature also on board, and you need something that's worth sacrificing, and you need to have something else that you want to cast for free, which you could have done without even just playing Venom. Like if you're not even playing something that's like 6 or more, it's like what's the point of playing Venom at that point? For the 5/5?
You're so right. I think we need to stop reading the card and just act on art alone. So what do you think of this? Are you back in?
Bad? You think Venom's bad? He's bad, right?
I mean, he dies to removal. Of course, we're gonna say he's bad.
It's not that like he just dies to removal. It's just like it's such a specific thing to do something that is like, I guess, okay. I guess drawing cards is nice, but like you have so many other ways to draw cards that it's like it almost doesn't feel like it's worth paying the mana for it.
If I have a 4 mana creature with a death ability, like maybe an enter and a death ability, like a Solemn Simulacrum, just something that gets you a little value on the way in. Yeah. Like I'm really happy to do the ability. I'm really happy to just draw 4 cards. Like that's pretty darn good. And then from there, the ceiling just gets higher if you play cards that say have a very large mana cost, but they have a way to cheat them in or such. This and Sneak Attack are a very exciting commander setup. So things like that sound pretty good. But it is a lot of setup. It's for the people that want to build the battle station and then have that big pop-off moment. It's not for... And if they get messed with, they get very sad, typically, these players.
Okay. I don't know. I'm still very... maybe I just don't understand how good, like, drawing 4 cards is in Commander. It's probably good. It's just... I feel like for the... if I can draw 2, I'm a happy guy. So you're talking to the card. Okay. You're talking to a guy who just needs his next dopamine hit of card draw. I'm going to overvalue that by a mile. I'm not even looking at the free item. I'm like, you wouldn't have to give me free. I just want the cards. Okay, maybe you're slightly biased then, but
yeah, maybe.
Okay, the alt arts. God, I love the comic books, man. It's so nice. $295. Yeah.
$295. Yeah.
Why does his
probably a lot more? Probably a lot more. Let's see.
Why does his mouth look like that? He looks so weird. He's got like it's too square of a chin. I'm not a big Venom guy, to be honest with you, though.
No, you saw the movies.
He's fun in Marvel Rivals. He's like probably the only person I like playing.
Okay.
But it's fine. I think the Green Goblin one's nice.
I'm not much of a Venom guy either. I did not find the movies particularly good. I found them very...
I agree.
They
were pretty bad.
pretty exactly.
The first one was fine. The second one... the third one... Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'll show you. This is a character from one of my favorite Spider-Man movies.
Which movies particularly are you speaking about?
The most recent one, Across the Spider-Verse, I think it is.
Yeah, I agree. Across the Spider-Verse is maybe like top 3 favorite movies of all time for me. That movie,
awesome movie.
That movie slapped. When Stacy, okay, 1 neutral, 1 red. When Gwen Stacy enters, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card for as long as you control this creature. Oh, that's kind of nice. 2 mana, 1 blue, 1 red, 1 white. Transform it to what I'm guessing it's Ghost Spider.
You got it.
Ghost Spider. Man, I really wish they took the aesthetic from Across the Spider-Verse, but they probably don't have the license. 2 neutral, 1 blue, 1 red, 1 white. Flying, Vigilance, Haste. Whenever you play a land from exile or cast a spell from exile, put a +1/+1 counter on Ghost Spider. Remove 2 counters from Ghost Spider. Exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. Oh, that's kind of... Wow, okay, hold on. The issue is that you kind of need to get the counters first. Also kind of expensive for this.
It is a chunk. Yeah, five mana for that is a lot.
Yeah, I don't think it's God. I don't think that's very good. I guess you have it's 5 for a 4/4. I guess that's flying and haste and vigilance, of course, but you're playing this for the God, I think it's bad. It's also not, and it makes me sad because I don't think it's very good and I don't think it's very cool. So it's like, it's fine. Is it weird that I think Gwen Stacy's actually like kind of a good card?
No, not at all. I will show you some commander cards that like are kind of a sell for a card like this. I'm curious what you think about them generally. This is from the Fallout set, actually.
Wild Wasteland. 2 mana in 1 red. It's an enchantment. Skip your draw step at the beginning of your upkeep. Exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play those cards this turn. Okay, so you have this done already. Then if you play both of them, including maybe a land, you get +1/+1 counters.
Yeah, it is like, and here's another one. Like, there are a lot of effects like this that let you exile cards and you may cast them. There's a lot of them.
But I'm assuming based on Ghost Spider's writing, like you still have to pay the full mana cost for it. So you would have to.
That is true.
You would have. Yeah. Okay. We're just. It's not good. Aruth, Fermented Prophet. What the fuck is going on in this art?
It's fine.
1 neutral, 1 blue, 1 red. If you would draw a card, exile the top 2 cards of the library instead, you may play those cards this turn. Okay. I mean, I could see the synergy what you're saying. I actually think Wild Wasteland's a very interesting card. But I don't think you need Ghost Spider for it. I think you're basically putting Ghost Spider in to be like the commander for this archetype rather than building the deck around this commander. If that makes sense.
I think that makes sense. And thankfully in Commander, there are a lot of good payoffs for exiling and casting from exile. Not as many as maybe you want, but there's enough. So like the deck is already a popular archetype with some different commanders in some different colors. Red especially is very good at this. So I think this will be a super popular commander. Also, there are fun things you can do, like whenever you add a +1/+1 counter to something, it adds 2 instead. There are cards that do that. If you do that, then this is basically every card or land you play from exile gets you another card that you exile immediately. But it is really expensive. It is a challenging commander. I will say this about Gwen, and you might be right. Like maybe Gwen even sees some standard play. Gwen for your opening hand is amazing because you basically have like a 9-card opening hand. You have a random exile card that you can play anytime while you have Gwen. You have Gwen herself, and then you have your usual like 7-card hand. So it does feel amazing to always have a 2-drop that basically draws you another card to make sure that you hit your first several land drops and get your game going right away. So Gwen does feel amazing as a commander.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, those are the vibes. I've already gotten into this commander a bit. I've worked on this commander here and there. So this is close to being like my commander for the set. You don't sound nearly as high on it. I will tell you, Ghost Spider's, I think, a mana too expensive personally. I did feel that.
It's one of those things like we have this in Hearthstone all the time. The card is so cool, but then like you look at the mana cost and you go like, damn, like I can't play that. So that's what it often comes down to. All right, this is the alt.
We have a little alt art. Yeah, we don't have the comic alt art for this one, which surprised me a lot.
It looks pretty good.
It looks nice.
It's aesthetic.
I'm sure you also missed the Across the Spider-Verse. Yeah,
I think the art style
so good.
Spider-Verse is just so good. I actually don't know if Ghost Spider has her own comic. That would be the more interesting thing. Oh, she does. It just Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider.
Maybe, I mean, the whole art gallery should be revealed now. Maybe it's a promo. Maybe they're slow rolling it. I don't know.
Look at this. Like, hold on. Like this looks.
So you got something? What'd you find?
I wish this was a part of like the art for this is not. Oh wait, that's such a bad quality. What the fuck? What did that send?
That is a very bad quality. And
there you go. Hold on.
Put it on screen because why not? But
there you go. I don't know why it sent like that. That was so weird.
All right, Libby. Yeah, this is in the folder. Yeah, that would be a sick card. It's even like, it looks just ready to be a card. Like you just put the power and toughness right there and it's there.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Why not?
This card suffers because Spider-Verse exists. That's the problem.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, okay. Ooh, we live in a legal world, man. It's scary out here.
I'm sure someone will proxy it and they'll have the Spider-Verse if they really wanted it.
I think a lot of people will do things like that, but I can't condone such behavior.
Yeah, of course. Why would you? Don't do that. Okay. Hydro Man. Who?
Me. It's CGV as a Magic card.
Oh, is that you? Oh, damn, you look pretty good.
That's thank you.
Hydro Man? What the fuck? Okay, Fluid Felon. 2 blue. How does Spider-Man deal with this? Like
webs,
his web
I guess.
just goes through the okay, whatever. You cast the blue spell if Hydro Man is a creature. What do you mean if he's a creature?
Keep going.
Oh, okay. He gets +1/+1 until the end of turn. Beginning of your end step, untap Hydro-Man. Until your next turn, he becomes a land and gains tap, add blue. He's not a creature during this time. You get a 2/2. You cast one. If you cast any spell, he gets +1/+1.
Mm-hmm.
But then worst case, you get an extra mana the next turn. Does he turn back to creature?
He does until your next turn. So on your turn,
okay.
It will be a 2/2 again.
And then he goes back into a land the next turn after.
That's right.
Man, that's kind of sick. This card isn't this card good in standard?
Maybe. This is one of the cards that I'm looking at this. It's a very hard card for the opponent to kill because they need to have either land destruction on their turn or instant speed removal on your turn. And you're playing blue, so you can interact with them. And it is kind of mana cheating. It turns into a land, so it won't have summoning sickness because it's no longer a creature. So it does ramp you, and every turn on the opponent's turn, you have an extra blue. So as long as you have instants, which is something that is very standard friendly, it's a fast format, and instant speed interaction is very popular, then this seems like a really good card.
It does. It actually seems very good. I'm not sure. I think Commander, it's kind of boring. I don't know if you really want to build your deck around this, but
I don't know if you want to build your deck around it, but I think it might go in a lot of blue decks because blue doesn't have a lot of ramp options. So I don't think it's a commander, but I think blue decks will just play it to have more land.
If you're playing this just as a creature, I think it's very, very good. That looks very good. I'm not sure about commander though. It doesn't spark interest in commander, but it has so much potential, it seems like. For 2, if you get an extra mana every single turn or every other turn, that seems so good.
You remember Enduring Curiosity, the cat that you really liked? Whenever a creature does damage to an opponent, you draw a card. It has flash.
Is that Duskworn? I feel like.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think I opened it. Actually, I think it's my closet.
I mean, this gets you Enduring Curiosity a turn sooner, then turns into a creature and attacks, so you draw multiple cards from it.
Oh, that's kind of sick. Yeah, I think in standard, man, it actually has potential, which is good for you.
I know. Blue in standard. Let's do this, baby. We gotta compete. Does Vivi play this? I don't. Maybe it does, because why wouldn't you want some extra mana for your interactions? It's not as. And on your turn, you have a creature to put counters on with your Soul Cauldron to get more Vivi activations. This might even be a good Vivi card. The legendariness holds it back, so you might only want 2 in your deck because you can't have multiples, but it's a good card. I like this card a lot. This might be my favorite standard card for the set.
Okay, so hold on. Here's a weird interaction here. If you have Hydro Man and then he turns into a land, and then the next turn you play another Hydro Man, he would turn into a land, and then this would go back into a creature. Does the legendary creature still apply?
How would you explain to me how you played a Hydro Man on your opponent's turn?
No, on your wait, hold on. Am I tripping here? The end of turn, the end of your end step. Well, your next turn, okay, ignore me.
Yeah, we're good. You'd have to pick one, and one of them would die because they'd both be a creature with the name on the same turn.
I was cooking there. I was like
cooking a little hard.
Maybe you had the synergy. Okay, but it's fine. Also, I looked up who Hydra Man is. By the way, he is. I don't know if you know. I'm sure you watched Spider-Man 3, so you know how Sandman's created. It's virtually the exact same thing, except for he just fell in water instead of sand. It's fun facts.
Sure, in a long enough timeline, everyone becomes a elemental villain. I guess in a different element gets fallen upon at the right time. Sure, why not? It's a good card.
I guess being water is so less interesting than being sand, so that's probably why they never put him in a movie. Interesting.
Totally agree.
So many. I'm learning a lot about Spider-Man from this. Whack ass characters here.
How about this card?
What the? Imposter Syndrome. That is so good. Or neutral 2 blue. Whenever another non-token creature you control deals combat damage to a player, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's legendary. It is a legendary. Very good card if it didn't cost 6 mana. Is there a way for you to skip? Can you cheat this out for much cheaper? Like, it's an enchantment, so maybe you can.
It's a permanent. Like, you can cheat out any permanent for like 4 mana and a tapped coma, rescue beastie these days. So in theory, but not without jumping through like hoops. You would have to build your deck around cheating it out, so to speak.
This card probably wins you the game if you get to swing like once. And deal damage to a player. But it's like you're playing this for the art, and the art's 10 out of 10, so that's great. But it's probably not good, unfortunately. That's
so sad.
That's too Disney, unfortunately, but that is so funny.
They actually just put the Spider-Man meme on
that's
a card.
That's what they got to do.
There it is.
That's the expectation.
I am really glad that it applies to any legendary or any creature, right? Instead of being Spider-Man specific. If it said whenever a legendary spider does damage, like, I don't think it would be good. I think people will want this in Commander. I think this will go in several decks, both for the comedy, and people love making not like these non-legendary copies. There are whole decks built around making 100 copies of a card that's legendary whose effects become exponential. These are very popular in Commander. They're not considered the best thing to do in the format. You see them coming from a mile away, but people love to do it. Like, it's super popular.
Okay. I mean, maybe I don't have enough Commander experience to really know if this is actually playable in it, but it is a fun card. I could see this being made as a Hearthstone card. But
gotcha.
It's 6 mana for Magic. It seems so expensive, but But
I got another card for you. You know this. You sent me this card in a DM earlier this week, or you were like, "Isn't this busted?" So let's talk about it.
You don't think it's busted? I still think it's busted.
Let's talk about it.
Electro Assaulting Battery, 1 neutral, 2 red. It's flying. You don't lose unspent red mana as steps and phases end. You can cast an instant or sorcery spell. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, add 1 red. When Electro leaves the battlefield, you may pay X. When you do, heal deals X to a target player and he's a 2/3. I think that's disgusting. I think that's so good. Do you not think that's broken? I think that's so broken.
Especially considering that there are instants and sorceries that create red mana that you then just
Commander.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
I just think if you have any card that draws you cards as you're casting spells, like, it is a disgusting card. That is a disgusting engine that can be utilized. Probably for the best, it's 2 red. I don't know how much mana they can really generate in just red specifically, but disgusting card. Like,
Red's it's obviously like, it was designed to be a red storm card, and storm as a strategy is basically where you go off, cast 1,000,000 spells in a turn and combo win. And this is exactly what it says it is. It's a battery that just makes that go burr.
So you think it's
good? It's in Commander, if you sit across from this, you have to kill it. It is probably the most must-kill Commander we've seen. Like, if somebody gets out, let's say they even ramp, if they get the amazing Spider-Man out, which can web sling out creatures, legendary creatures, of all sizes, and that's their turn 3. And somebody just turn 3 just has 3 lands and plays Electro. I might kill Electro if I have 1 removal spell and I can only kill 1. I might kill Electro. At least the creatures is like, maybe you can do something later about the creature or it'll attack someone else. Electro might just cast 50 spells and win the game.
Yeah, I think is there a card in the game like in Hearthstone, like Gash and Luxionaire? It's like whenever you cast a spell, you draw a card.
There are many. They are in blue, so they don't work with Electro, but there might be. I'm trying to think of what would. There are also just a lot of instants and sorceries that draw cards when you play them, and ways to copy those instants and sorceries so that you draw multiple cards from playing them.
That's all you need.
So there you go. Yeah, just provide the cards, and this provides the mana. It's half an engine right there. Yeah, easy. And for some reason, also when it leaves the battlefield, you can use your infinite mana to just kill somebody out of the game dead. That's great. We love that.
Yeah, it seems.
Oh my
God,
very
good. You know what's weird is like this actually has the chance, at least in, I don't know what standard cards look like, but when VV's gone, once they murder it, I wonder how good this will be at, like in terms of the rest of the metagame. Because again, it's such a scary idea to have this in the game, but I don't know if you have all the cards you necessarily need in standard to make this like a 1 unit kill like VV currently is with Cauldron.
I wonder.
But
there are definitely enough cards to kind of combo with it to take a long turn. I'm not sure where that turn ends in standard.
I don't know. I remember seeing it. I was like, what the fuck am I reading?
There's a card called Bergie that says whenever you cast a spell, you add red to your mana pool, and this is a mono red commander that's very popular for Storm. And I think a lot of people will think of Bergie when they see this, but the keeping the mana like every turn, like rolling over mana it's so scary.
The rolling over mana
is so mean.
Good. It's so good. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
So good. Any color would want to play this. So yeah,
I wonder if every red deck wants to play it, even if it's not the commander, because it's like a way to ramp in red, and red doesn't have a lot of ways to do that. Like if this lives, you just get to like, basically you can spend your next turn. If you get this out the next turn, you can just tap 4 mana. And if this lives, like you get back to your turn and you have 8-9 mana. Yeah. Like it's a mana doubler if it lives. Oh my God.
It kind of gives me the same vibe as VV. Like when you see VV and you're like, oh, if it lives, the game's over. It's kind of the same thing. Very good card. Very, very good card. I'm shocked they printed a card like this, but maybe it could be one of those things where it's like we're so invested into it because it's flashy, but maybe it ends up not being great. But I just can't imagine in a format like Commander that this is not played. Like seems just too good. So,
you're shocked.
You're gonna have to
get it because like yeah.
You're gonna have to let me know when you play with it.
Sure. Hey, maybe you can make a nice video. Maybe we can make a Spider-Man video and you can Electro me.
Oh,
let's how about more Spider-Man? We haven't seen enough Spider-Man. We gotta see more Spider-Man.
Spider-Man 2099. Okay, they really go in Spider-Verse with this one. They're treading the line. 1 blue, 1 red. From the future, you can't cast Spider-Man 2099 during your first, second, or third turns of the game. That's interesting. Double strike vigilance. At the beginning of your end step, if you played a land or cast a spell this turn from anywhere other than your hand, Spider-Man 2099 deals damage equal to his power to any target. Why are they delaying it 3 turns? I guess this could snowball technically. If you play this on if it didn't have from the future, you go turn 2. Play this. If you can cast any land, you're doing 2 damage to something. Seems fine. How much buffs is okay? I know there's buffs in red.
Yes. Monstrous Rage, anybody? That card got banned.
It's weird because I think if it didn't have the from the future, it would be really good in standard. If blue and blue and red's a real deck, isn't it? It's like
it's the VV deck.
So that think that has potential if it didn't have that. I'm a little worried now that it's 4, but maybe that's maybe you don't even care because like starting from turn 4 is when you can start buffing it, and then maybe that's what matters.
This card is in standard.
I wonder if the combo here is you play Electro and then you also play Spider-Man. You use every card you can to buff Spider-Man up. Wild Ride, 1 mana. Target creature gets +3/+0 and gains haste until the end of turn. Holy shit. And has Harmonized 4 and 1 red. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its Harmonized cost. You may tap a creature you control to reduce that cost by X, where X is its power. Oh shit. Yeah, because I guess if it's tapped, it still does the effect, the last paragraph, right?
Yeah, it would. Yep. So if you had to tap Spider-Man 99 to do this, then you're dealing like 5 damage to any target. It has vigilance, so you could attack first and punch your opponent for 10 with the double striking 5/3 haste. So they're like, that's 15 damage right there if you tap Spider-Man 99. If you have another creature to tap for Wild Ride after you cast it on Spider-Man 99, then you have dealt 5 to face and you're attacking for 16.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
They're dead. They're dead. They're rare and they're already dead.
Now that's why they have From the Future, right? That's why the whole thing was there. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Oh my god.
The card does look good. I actually think the card has, but man, it's crazy how you lower the mana cost and all of a sudden these cards seem stronger than the higher mana cost ones.
Yeah, it's not dramatically different from, like, it has the same payoff you want for Spider-Gwen, right? The playing things from exile thing. It's a little more open-ended than that because you can also use flashback and cards from graveyard and stuff like that. And it's cheaper. And now all of a sudden you have, like, people are just dying out here.
Yep. It also feels like it does more than Spider-Gwen, right? Like, if the sole goal is to kill your opponent, there you go. But
there you go.
It's at the cost of this thing needs to live, I guess, is the bigger concern. But you don't even, I don't think you build this for your commander unless you really want to just do with like an amazing buff turn. But having it in your deck just makes sense. So it seems like a good card. I wonder how good it will be in standard too. Like, there's potential for a card like this.
Yeah, it is. It is a bit of a different deck from VV, but who knows? I mean, it's still 2 mana for a 2/3 double strike vigilance, and if you can give it haste, like, that's can be so much damage.
That means you open with it though. You just -1 card for like first 3 turns.
Yeah, I mean, you're waiting to double spell, and I don't think you want to play this on its own. You would, like, if you had no other 2-drop, you'd play this on its own. It's a good body. Like 2/3 double strike vigilance is kind of unheard of.
Yeah.
Like it's usually a 1/1. So typically the magic rate on this would be like 2 mana for a 1/1 double strike is a card that's been used before.
Have they done like a From the Future thing before? It's like
yeah, there's a Jace there was a Jace Planeswalker that's 2 mana that can't be cast on your first, second, or third turn of the game. It's okay. It's a very mediocre card, and it's a Planeswalker, so it doesn't have the board presence of a Spider-Man 2099 or the threat to both kill something or your face. Yeah, this card is kind of nuts.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. All right, if you play this card, are you gonna say Spider-Man 2099, or are you just gonna call it 2099?
I'm going to say Spider-Man 2099. No, I'm going to say Spider-Man from the year 2099. I'm going to say it every time. And when I cast it, I'm going to say from the future.
Oh my God.
Every time.
That's disgusting.
Single time.
That's one of the things about this set where it's like, you're going to have to, I guess, say what Spider-Man you're casting. You can't just say I'm playing Spider-Man.
Yeah,
which is kind of annoying, but cool. Seems very, very good. Spider-Woman, Stunning Savior. White, and then how do you say this? White or blue? Yeah, we'll go with that.
I mean, Azorius hybrid, blue-white hybrid. Sure, whatever.
Flying Venom Blast. Artifacts and creatures your opponent controls enter tapped.
How you doing? You okay?
Wait, that is disgusting. No, that's so good. 2 mana for that kind of effect. That is effectively saying I am delaying your turn. Oh my God. Oh, isn't that disgusting? I don't know about your commander. maybe you're fine with that being your commander, having that on turn 2. People hate you for this, no? Wait.
Yeah, they probably.
Can't you go this card into what's that card that Voxy played and everyone hated her for playing it?
Grand Arbiter, yeah.
Can't you do that into Grand Arbiter and then the people just will never play with you ever again? And then it's just that
is a blue-white mage plan. That's what that is. Yes.
That's so good. I don't know if you want this to be your commander, but I do think the card's good. And even in standard, again, it's that conversation of like it might be just good enough to see play. I don't know.
I think this is good enough. I think this is good enough. I think it's even better in Commander, where people are kind of like they have their plan and they stick to their plan, and it affects 3 other players. In Standard, I think it's also good enough. We talked about Spider-Man 2099. Well, Spider-Man 2099 cast from the future, entering tap, can't do the wild ride thing. It has to wait another turn. This is a really good ability, and now having it on a legendary body that can also attack is I'm pretty pumped about this. Yeah, evasive body. So it's getting in there. It's sending a message. She is stunning. I like her a lot.
She is stunning. Ooh, I love the art too. Does 2099 not have an alt art?
Oh, 29. You know what? I set them aside and didn't send them to you. My bad. Let me hook you up.
You're good.
Here we go.
Ooh. I still want the Spider-Verse version, but it is nice.
We long for the Spider-Verse version. Can't they just buy the rights for a secret layer? Maybe.
I don't know about you. I don't know about you, but like legitimately, I don't think any real life Spider-Man movie is going to top like either one of those movies for me. So that's my Spider-Man at this point. I don't know. I don't know how you feel about that. So when I think of Spider-Man, I want that aesthetic more than anything else.
I was like new in college. Like I think I was 20 or under, between 18 and 20. I could do the math, but I'm not going to. When I saw the first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire, and it was like the coolest it was the coolest a comic book movie, a comic book hero had looked to me. So I was into it big time. And then the second one I thought was even better. And that was like Spider-Man was the biggest thing in the world at the time. It was just so awesome. It was the biggest movie of all time at the time, I believe.
It was it was fun.
And then Spider-Man 3 happened, and nowadays that would have been a huge hit because of the social media meme ability alone. But back then, everybody didn't understand it. It was ahead of its time, and then Tobey Maguire fell off as Spider-Man. So that was very much like we bought those DVDs, the collector's editions, the moment they came out. My wife and I were so into that movie and that character, Tobey Maguire as that character. But we didn't buy or really buy in to another Spider-Man thing since Spider-Man 3 until the Spider-Verse movies. And I have bought them both on digital, and we're also getting the Blu-rays. Like we were like, we must have these forever. They are amazing. I love them both. I saw both Spider-Verse movies multiple times in the theater, which is something I almost never do at this stage in my life. It takes a lot for me to do that. So
we went to go see I agree with you that the original Spider-Man. I didn't mind the Andrew Garfield one. The Andrew Garfield one was fine. It wasn't astounding.
Fine is the right word. Is the right word.
It had things about it that I truly enjoyed. I thought Andrew Garfield did a good job. But overall, like not my favorite movies. I remember walking into the Spider-Verse and I didn't really know what to expect. And I walked out of it like, what the fuck did I just watch and why was that so good? Like I was like floored with how good it was. And then I saw it across with my expectations being as high as humanly possible because of the first one. And it somehow surpassed it and made me go, oh my God, I can't wait to see the third one. The fact that the third one is still like 2 years away absolutely kills me. Like people are like, I hope I don't die before Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out. No. I don't care. I just give me the fucking Spider-Verse movie.
Yeah, give us the trilogy, baby.
Please.
Please finish it well.
It's tough because I like the second one more, but you can't look at the second movie on its own because the way it ends is like it leads you into the third movie. Like you kind of have to have the closure. I remember being in the theater because I went to go see it with one of my friends who was also really excited to see it. And like it starts to like, you know how like it feels like the climax happens and then it starts ramping up again. I'm like, hey, like it's been like 2 hours. Where the fuck are they going with this? And then
Exactly.
it was so good. I was so excited to see it. Anyways, that is like maybe the coolest aesthetic I've ever seen in a movie either. Like I fucking thought that those movies looked incredible. So now when I think of Spider-Man, I don't think of Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield. I think of those specifically. And 2099 was introduced probably to a lot of people through Across the Spider-Verse. When I see
I didn't know anything about it either. So yeah, of course we think of it. Yeah.
Yeah, so now when I see this art, that was a very big tangent to say that this art is not as good as Spider-Verse.
I think the Spider-Verse animated movies are this and obviously you can't talk about it without also talking a little bit about K-pop Demon Hunter doing. It's like they are changing the way we look at animation. It's kind of the visual roller coaster is impressive to say the least.
Don't get me started on what Disney is doing and how sad it is seeing what their movies have become when they had like these hand-drawn animated films that looked incredible and they were so much there was so much talent put into them. Now they look all the same with like no differences, like maybe slight little things. And then Spider-Verse comes out and you're like, holy fuck, my eyes. Like, this is incredible. Like, it makes me so sad to think what Disney has been doing with like their live action. This is such a side tangent, by the way, but
let's do it.
The live action Disney movies make me depressed to see what they are, because I don't think what makes those movies special is the story. I think what makes them special is like the art and how they portrayed all these characters through like these hand-drawn animations. You go watch the original Lion King compared to the like 2018 version, it is a night and day difference, and the original one is so much better, and it holds up well because of just what the animation is. Now it's like the new Lion King it feels heartless. It doesn't have the same amount of soul that the other one did, and it's kind of depressing. And I don't necessarily I guess because Frozen was so successful, they thought that was like the way to do it, but I don't even think that's the case because they were doing it beforehand. I don't know. I really like when artists and like animators take a chance on something that fits their aesthetic more than just like, here is the typical Pixar like animation, like this is what it's going to be on from now on. And Spider-Verse definitely inspired probably a whole generation to do it. Fun fact for you, by the way, I don't know if you knew this, K-pop Demon Hunter was made from the same people who made Spider-Verse.
Yep. Did know that one. Yep. Heard all about that one. So yeah, pretty impressive. And I think Disney is here in 2025 going to course correct very aggressively, because they're not going to let this. They're not going to let another studio run away with the style. You're going to see them adjust big time. I'm old enough to remember when Pixar was new, and I wasn't sure about the art of Toy Story, but it turned out to again have that magic. 100% it did. And Disney did not let Pixar run away with the animation game. They were like, we're getting in on this. They're smart enough to they'll adjust. Exactly. Now I don't think they can buy Sony, but we'll see.
I don't think they can buy Sony.
I don't think so, but I know that they're not. I know they're going to adjust because they always have. And you're right. Those original Disney movies were magic. And a lot of it was the animation style. It's why you can watch it. Some of these like 40, 50 years later, I'll still sit down and watch the animated Peter Pan, one of my favorite movies. Very old movie now, but yeah, it just had it, it absolutely had it.
Yeah, I don't know. We watched Lilo and Stitch was coming in theaters. I haven't watched it in theaters yet, but then we rewatched the original and it's like, man, like why are they even bothering to remake these? The only one I'll give them credit for was The Jungle Book, because I feel like making I forget their names, the bear and like the panther like real added a little bit to it. But now it's like they saw the success of it, then it's it's like cookie cutter now for all these other movies.
It's Baloo and Bagheera. Baloo and Bagheera. I got you. There you go. I see these old Disney movies are my wheelhouse, baby.
But now because that was successful, it's like, let me just copy and paste it with all these other movies because we want money, when they're forgetting what the sole reason of making those movies was in the first place, which is depressing. And that's sad what Disney has become. But by the way, Disney, if you ever want to work with me, let me know. I will change my opinions drastically.
I'm sure after this conversation, they're so in. They're so in. Oh goodness, Disney, we love your work.
Hey, we love your work. We're big fans of your work. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to. Do you have any other cards to show me, or?
Yeah, I want your opinion on the Soul Stone.
The Soul Stone. This. Would you call this the chase card of the set?
Yes. I would call this the chase card of the set.
So this begs the question:
kind of insane.
Why is the Soul Stone in Spider-Man? If most people, again, I am not a comic book person, but if I'm thinking about the Soul Stone from the movies, the MCU, the Spider-Man had no association with it, which is interesting why they decided to put it here. So that must be, they must have some master plan. I'm not sure. Soul Stone, one neutral, one black, sorry. Indestructible, tap, you get one black. 6, 1 black, and you tap it. Exile a creature you control, harness the Soul Stone. Once harnessed, its infinity ability is activated. At the beginning of your upkeep, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Oh my god. So you're probably indestructible. Oh no. Can you interact with this in any way other than stealing it?
You can exile it or steal it.
Isn't this an auto include?
Oh, if it said sacrifice an artifact and it was their only artifact, they'd have to.
Isn't this an auto include in every black deck forever?
That's what people are saying.
Why wouldn't you not run this? The only problem is you go -1 mana for 1 turn, but then you get mana every single turn for having this, and then you get an insane ability at turn 7.
Well, yeah, that's pretty good.
So it's indestructible. Well, I guess, yeah, you said you can still interact with it in some cases, but it seems a little too good, no? Like that's it's kind of concerning, no? Like
I'll show you some alt arts first before I give you my opinion.
Oh my god. Like the Thanos one for sure. But the one on its own looks very good. Are they doing like I think I've talked to you about this like a while ago, but are they doing it where it's like the one ring where it's like there's one soul stone that you're looking for rather than
No. I guess not. Yeah, I was kind of surprised. I thought that was going to be a given in the sets, but no.
Yeah, I thought that would be an infinite money glitch. I mean, they look nice. Both of them look really nice. I mean, imagine the one with Thanos might be the actual like chase card of the set. I don't know about the one on its own, but they both look really, really good. And it's a good card. Oh, I'm assuming it's a good card. What are these worth, by the way? What are these going for?
The super pre-order price on the Thanos one is $721.
Oh my god. What about the other one?
Oh yeah, good old normal, $146 as of today.
Is that expected to go up?
I mean, that depends. Is everybody actually auto including it in every black deck ever?
I think it's pretty good. I think the only time you wouldn't want it, even in like aggro, it's not even that bad. You're -1 mana for 1 turn, and then you get the mana back over. You go even the next turn, and then you only gain mana. Like it just seems disgusting. So yeah, I think you just play it, right? You don't think it's good?
Okay.
Oh god, here we go.
Here we go. Probably my hot take of the set. I think, I'm not saying it's bad. It is good. You could run it in all of these decks if you want to, but I think it's incredibly overrated by a lot right now.
Why?
Because I don't think you're ever going to use the ability. No, I think it's too expensive, too slow, and that getting like slow. I don't think it's going to do what you need it to do at all in Commander. No, I don't think so. It's a perfectly whoa, or in Standard. It's not going to do it in Standard either.
I would get listen, in Standard I agree with you, but you can look at this as like wild growth for Hearthstone for black. It's just every mana you have an addition, every turn you have an additional mana. You're paying 2 mana. What the hell? What do you mean? Hello? Like
I think 99% of the time it's Arcane Signet or Felwar Stone. And you can have those for like $1.
Okay, so but hold on. Your argument would be that because it's more expensive, you're gonna see it less. You're not gonna see it as often because there's just alternatives that do virtually the exact same thing.
Yep.
In the world that they're all the same price, aren't you just running all three?
In the world that it's all the same price, it does depend what your deck is doing. And I tend to run a lot of black decks that actually like attacking people and getting like stuff down early and then explode on mana later with cards like Crypt Gas and such. That's a whole other conversation. I would probably still run the Soulstone in the deck. I'll put it in a bunch of decks. I'm not lying. I think that most people would be better served for their dollars for sure to get like Arcane Signet and Flower Stone. But in the world where you already have it, yep, you can include it 100%. But I don't know that you need to. Like when you replace your Arcane Signet with this, because you only want so many mana rocks, 2 mana tap for 1, so many ramp pieces, the upgrade you're getting, I don't think is as large as you want. And I know there are cards like Vandal Blast. The Indestructible is good because it survives things that blow up small permanents. So like you take that, but I think in most games it won't matter. I think a majority of games it won't have that impact other than to be like, boom, Soulstone. And you know what? That's cool. That's fine. But when I say overrated, I just don't think it will be important to upgrade your decks with this. I don't think you'll see that much of a difference in any of your decks with this card.
That's an interesting take. I think you're right for standard. I don't know about commander. I think even in standard, you might see this get played just because it's wild growth for black.
Yeah, and there are some decks in standard I might play a copy of this. I played a copy of the Ironcrag, which is way worse in some of my black decks, but not too often. It's a good card. People are going to take it as I said it's bad. I just think it's incredibly overrated right now. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Let me just take the time to just say a prayer really fast. Please let me open one. Please let me open one. Please let me open one. Thank you so much.
I'm going to say the same prayer, to be honest.
All right. Do you have a favorite card from the Spider-Man set? Either a commander you want to build or a card in general that like you are 100% into?
Mr. Negative, probably. I think that's
Mr. Negative.
I'm excited to see. I'm not going to spoil anything here, but I'm assuming you're going to do commander at some point with these cards. I'm assuming at some point someone's going to play this in your pod. And I'm assuming
I will make something with Mr. Negative in it someday. I promise. I promise I will make something with Mr. Negative in it.
And I'm assuming that will be very enjoyable for everyone to watch.
If I were to do such a thing, wow, I'm sure it would be awesome.
There you go.
I'm sure it would be really awesome. I'm sure Mr. Negative would be a bit of a game warper. That's for sure.
Ooh, okay. Interesting.